11 years at the Empire State Building, so many wonderful memories. My very first actually involves my beautiful family. In 2006, believe it or not, I brought Elizabeth and Rocco, Yvette, and Ashley here when this floor, the 38th floor, was just an empty box. And they couldn't believe what 26,000 square feet looked like. And what did they do? They started to race each other from one end to the other. First on foot, then by scooter. And together we decided that this was going to be my specific office. And as you can see, beautiful backdrop. We have Lady Liberty in the background, and of course, downtown New York City, a lot of significance. We've seen that develop over the years. So proud of that too. And always very proud to be in this specific iconic building. The staff here have always been outstanding. The team led by General Manager Joseph Bellina, Head of Security Donald O'Donnell, and of course the Head of Operations Patrick Philbin. I mean, these are three giants in the industry. But these are not only great leaders, these were men of great compassion and intellect, and they ran this place in a way that people wanted to be a part of it. Not just the tenants, but all the workers who we have become very friendly with, and in some cases we consider to be family members. Also, sometimes that involved Paul Holmes, probably the most influential journalist covering the public relations discipline. He came right here to the Empire State Building to announce to our staff, our colleagues, that Taylor was Agency of the Year in North America, then Strategic Agency of the Year. We were Mid-Size Agency of the Year. We were also Agency of the Decade. So on 4 or 5 different occasions, Paul Holmes came here, and I'll never forget the look on the faces of our colleagues when they learned that they were selected for such an accolade. And knowing that they were the ones who really helped make it happen, because it's always our colleagues on the front lines who affect change and innovate. So those are just some of the wonderful memories I have of the Empire State Building. And finally, on a subject that is very, very important to me, David, as you know, education. Last year we had 4 remarkable individuals who visited us from around the world. They had one thing in common. They had an insatiable appetite for education. And the other piece that they had in common was that in the countries where they were raised, it was not going to be easy for them to achieve an education. For cultural reasons, geographical, socioeconomic status, whatever it might be, they fled. They left their families to pursue what they knew all along was rightfully theirs from day one, in education. They all were ambassadors for the Malala Fund, and we all know the story of Malala. And they wanted to come here to meet Taylor, because we have not only been very supportive of their efforts, but of course to visit the Empire State Building. And I'll never forget escorting them to the observation deck, and they were looking out, and I can see in their eyes they were thinking about their future. They were indeed on top of the world. And believe it or not, one day after visiting us here at the Empire State Building, they went to the United Nations during the General Assembly, and they addressed the world's leaders, David, on education and the fact that every young child in this world, especially young girls, deserve that right. So to think one day before such a remarkable and impactful presentation that they were here with us, with Taylor, at the iconic Empire State Building.